Good morning, everyone. For today's topic is about sustainability and stability. Some people say that stability and sustainability are one, but they are not. They have a different definition to each other. We will discuss it for today's lessons. Then let's move on to discuss about stability. Stability is to cope to the given parameters, which is like in the third world or the poorer country and the first world or the noble country, which the stability is in the middle. Then it states again here that stability, the term stability are used by scientists in various fields of science, such as Isaac Newton. He creates the law of motion. Then let's discuss it later because there is the three characteristics or aspects of stability. The first characteristics are inertia. Second is constant. Third is resilience. Then first, inertia. It is a system that has the ability to resist from being disturbed or being altered. This is the first law of Isaac Newton that he creates, that balance force will remain at rest unless pushed or providing force by some object or a person. It will stay still at rest unless given a force by such a person or an object. In relation to inertia in the society or a country is about like China. They resist from being controlled or dominated by the Americans. They ought to be independent from any countries. They ought to be the king or the ruler in the nations. For this present world, China ought to create his own domination to create wars from later days. There, they ought to be stronger, preparing for the battles for the next generation that may come. Even China neglect from be from being from their products. They mostly accept products from their own. Even in their products about Huawei, they banned Google that that Americans created. They banned the Google and the apps from Huawei. By the way, Huawei are from China, and today Huawei was haven't able or banned the Google and the apps that we have from any smartphones today. Then, in relation to agriculture, about the inertia, it inertia, they are the people in the tribe or rural areas who traditionally planting cultural crops or traditional crops, whereas natural planting or cultivating in their land manually without using machinery that we use today, or even they do not use fertilizers that artificially used for today's generations. They neglect to use our products for later days that our 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 new technology improves and hasten in improving our lands for a better production of agriculture. So that is inertia is, is a system that neglecting or ignoring from being disturbed or being altered. Then let's move on forward to the constancy. The constancy is a system is a, is the ability of the system to maintain a state or a population, to maintain the size of population in the state. Some for later nowadays, natality and mortality are not controlled, so that the government wanted to control it, to control birth and mortality or death of children. By increasing population, we cannot produce the exact food for our society. If our land for farmers to plant or produce the the food for consumption in our society are not stable, we cannot provide the food that is needed in the society. So that is in the government for in relation to constancy. The government wanted to control it, to balance the population, to have a balanced economy or food that can provide in our society. Let's let's moving forward to the resilience, the third characteristic of stability. Then resilience is the ability of a system to recover after disturbance. Yes, it is the ability of the system to recover after disturbance, and it means that it is elastic. It can recover after the destruction of some typhoons or any natural natural calamity that may occur in our society, or any poverty, or what is that the some problems that may appear in our community. In that society, they can be able to control it, to remain stable they can remain and provide the needs in the society. Means as they are elastic, they can provide things with even destructive or some disturbance that may appear in their society. They can remain on recovering. Then let's move on to the sustainability. Then what is sustainability? I'm going to read here the definition about the sustainability. It states that the concept of sustainable development does imply limits, but not absolute limits, but limitation imposed by the present state of technology and environmental resource. It's only has a limitation because of we people strives to produce or provide our needs by taking resources in our environment or taking trees for such as papers, creating papers or any production for the needs in our society. We striving to take taking it without knowing for our future generations that what they may use for later days. We people wanted to take, but we cannot give or to provide or plant the things that we have taken, so that it states against here that sustainable development requires meeting the basic needs of the sustainable development requires meeting the basic needs to fulfill their aspirations for a better life, for consumption such as food or resources such as fruit trees, land, soil, and water or minerals that we to obtain the sustainable development. We have to plant trees that can help our society and for our future generations. We have to improve sustainable society into a stable society by do not destroying or do not consuming the resources in our environment massively. So for my last conclusion says that the earth is one, but the world is not. The people is not. So to obtain a stable world, to have a sustainable world that the earth can provide us what we need, we have to become one to the earth. We have to be one of them. So that's all. Thank you.